this is the first encounter. This is Callie. For this encounter, like I said, we're going to need the snake symbols.
Sweet.
So, there's 3 pairs of symbols in the middle here. So you can see we have Split Snake here. Over yonder, we have Cloud Snake. To the right of us, we have Infinity Snake. You'll note that, 8 Snake is not in the middle. That means that 8 Snake is going to be the bad symbol for this encounter. It's going to be our imposter. What's going to happen is, as we start the encounter, we're going to go and find plates. You can come over here and see this one, as long as you don't touch it, because if you touch it, you'll start the encounter. So each plate will have a symbol above it. This is an 8 Snake, so that's going to be a bad plate. But if this was a correct plate, then one of us would stand on it. And you can see it's separated into 3 sections. There's a section on the left, in the middle, and on the right. When you stand on it, 2 of those sections are going to have taken bombs on them. They're going to be real obvious. It's going to have all the black goo and everything taken. And then one of them will be clean. You want to stand on the clean part, because when the bombs go off, if you're standing in the muck, you'll die. After the bombs go off, the position of where the safe section on that plate is will shuffle. So the 2 bombs will show up somewhere else, and now you'll have to stand on a new section of the plate. You have to keep doing that a couple of times while killing a couple ads that pop up, until a knight will show up. When the knight pops up, you're going to kill the knight, you're going to run to the center, and now your symbol will disappear from the center. We want all the symbols to be gone. So all 6 of us are going to get at least one of these plates.
Yep.
When all the symbols are gone, or if the timer runs out, you'll see in the chat above your super, Callie prepares her oncological weapon. When she does, she'll pop up underneath one of the pairs of symbols, or where they used to be because they'll be gone. So for example, it'll be right about here. When she pops up, we're going to stand in the middle where she is, and we're going to light her up like a Christmas tree. We're going to damage, damage, damage. Eventually, she's going to T-pose, and then she's going to put in chat, Callie prepares to wield her weapon. That means she's about to scream. When she does, directly underneath where she is, so let's say she was underneath the cloud snakes over there, directly underneath where she is over there, you can see there's a set of, I think it's 14 little doors. They all have that little stained glass. Exactly 6 of those doors are going to open, and it's going to be completely random which ones do. What's going to happen is the person who is first on the roster order will take the most top left door, and then going down the roster, the next available door, like you were reading a book, left to right, top to bottom, will be the second door, third door, and so on. Let's say that this one here is the first door open. Very, very top left. So since I'm first on the roster, I would take that door. Dawn, you're going to be number 2 on the roster. So let's say that the third door is the next one that opens. That's the next most top left. So you would go in there as the second door.
Perfect.
And it's going to keep going down the roster. So the roster order, if you don't want to bring it up, Dante is 1, Dawn is 2, Jesus is 3, Koshai is 4, Mint is 5, Noob is 6. So Noob, you're going to take the very bottom rightmost one. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Cool. So we're all going to jump into our door. It's 1 person to a door. If 2 of you go into the same door, you'll both die. Callie will scream. It'll kill everyone who's outside the door. Then the doors will open, and she'll pop up underneath another pair of symbols. So that's like our second part to the damage phase. So we'll just go back to the middle, and we'll continue to kill her. Damage, damage, damage. She'll prepare to wield her weapon, and the doors will open. We'll go into the doors. We're safe in the doors, so then she'll scream. Doors open up, and then she'll show up underneath the third and final pair of symbols. Damage, damage, damage. We go in the doors one more time, and that's going to be the end of the damage phase. If we don't kill her, and we probably will, but just in case we don't, then we're going to reassess the symbols in the middle because they'll shuffle. I'll tell you guys which one is the imposter. We'll find a plate that is correct, and then we're good to go, and we just do it all over again. Alright, so it's going to seem like I'm trolling you guys, but I'm going to need a little bit of trust here.
Okay.
So there's a part up here on this bridge down to the right where we're going to have to jump off.
Okay.
There's a secret chest down here, and there's a portal that leads you further up along this bridge. So just follow me, and I will show you where the ledge is. It's right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand by that door down below, and it's going to open up, and there's going to be so many ads that you literally can't see the floor. Like, it's going to be swarming with ads. We're going to clear all those ads, and once we do, we're going to come up to an area that looks like this. Shirochi is going to be right in the middle. There's going to be these 3 plates. Each of these plates is going to have a little taken relic on it. It's like a little laser pointer. It only works when you're standing on the platform, and the platform damages you while you stand on it. So, what you want to do is you want to make sure that everybody's ready. So there's going to be one person standing at each of the 3 of these. When I say go, we're going to grab it, jump on, and then you're going to shoot the person to your right. That's going to make a triangle around Shirochi. She's actually afraid of triangles, so that's going to drop her shield. Don't ask me what the lore is on that. Once her shield drops, you'll see that her health bar is segmented into 6 individual sections. We're going to have to just do one of those 6 sections. So, damage, damage, damage. It's going to be over really quickly. And then I'll say stop. And then there's going to be more ads. We're going to clear more ads. She's going to run to another area that looks just like this. We're going to get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Jump on, shoot to the right. We make a triangle. Her shield drops. Damage, damage, damage. We've done a third of her health. After we've done that, she's going to run, and we're going to need to do the puzzle room. Now, this is the only technically hard part of this encounter. It just requires a little bit of memory and for you to understand how the mechanics work. So once you enter the room, there are 3 puzzles. They're currently all blocked out, but you can use your imagination. There's one here on the left wall, there's one here in the middle wall, and there's one up here on the right wall. It's those big green circles. I need you to orient yourself as if you're looking at the first puzzle. That's going to be the one on the left. If you look at the puzzle, you can kind of see where I'm shooting. There's like a little tic-tac-toe that separates it into 9 sections. There's a left, middle, and right on the top. Left, middle, right on the middle. Left, middle, right on the bottom. Now, just like in the previous encounter with the doors, there's going to be 4 of those 9 sections that are randomly blotted out, and they're going to look like they currently do with the green in the way. There's going to be a raid symbol underneath. The symbol doesn't matter, but the position of where it's blocked out does. So let's say top middle is the first one blocked out, then that would be position number 1. If the next one is middle left, that would be 2. Middle middle would be 3, and then let's say bottom right is 4. If those are the 4 that are blocked out, just like reading a book, left to right, top to bottom, that would be the order in which the numbers are positioned. Now what we're going to do is, if you look below, you can see there are 9 plates in front of us, corresponding to the 9 positions on the symbol. So if top middle is the one that gets blocked out, someone is going to have to stand on top middle plate. However, standing on the plates, just like the other ones, deals damage to you. And here's the tricky part. This is the only hard part of the whole thing. If you stand on a plate, it only counts once. If you try to stand on the same plate a second time, it will not count. So if you, try to jump on, oh shoot, whoops, I'm on the wrong plate, you can't jump on that plate again, it'll turn red. And it won't count towards unblocking the puzzle.
Our goal is to, set everybody up and then have everybody jump on at the same time.
Yeah, so it'll sound like 1 is ready, 2 is ready, 3 is ready, 4 is ready, okay, go. And then everybody jumps on.
Cool. Okay.
Then, here's another twist of the puzzle. Once puzzle 1 is done, we go to puzzle 2. The room now orients itself as if you were looking at puzzle number 2. So, if you have top middle for the first puzzle, but you have middle left for the second puzzle, that's the same plate. And if you've already stood on that plate, you can't stand on it again. So you'll have to do what's called a switch. So typically 1 and 2 switch, and 3 and 4 switch. So when you say ready, you are recognizing that I have not stood on this plate before, and I am going to be okay if I stand on it. If you see that it was top middle for the first one, middle left for the second one, and you're position number 1, you're going to say, 1's not ready, I need a switch.
Okay.
Yeah, plates on the floor don't move. Our orientation in regards to them does.
Exactly, and you can't stand on the same plate twice, so you have to remember where you've been.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So, 1 and 2 switch. We finish puzzle number 2. Now we have to do puzzle number 3. The room orients itself as if you're looking at puzzle number 3, and it's the same thing. All the plates you've already stood on, they don't work anymore. So now, at plate 3 is usually when we have switches. You're like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
3 and 4 have to switch. Oh, 4 can't do it. Okay, 3 switch with 4, 4 switch with 1. And then we just kind of shuffle it around until it all works. Okay, everybody's ready, set, go, you all jump on. After all 3 of the puzzles are finished, then this bowl where Mint is standing is going to pop down. And just like you can see, after you stand on it for a couple seconds, they will roll. You have to jump on the first 3 bowls to get up to that doorway up there. And then that doorway, there's more ads, there's more damaging Shirochi, more ads, more damaging Shirochi, and then we go to a second puzzle room. The good news is that the plates don't remember each other between the first puzzle room and the second puzzle room, so it'll be like a fresh start.
Is it the exact same puzzle in the
It's the exact same puzzle in the second puzzle room.
Okay, cool.
This is a secret chest. So the way that you can do it, there's 2 ways. The first one is you can try to land on this tree. All of these extra little branches out here, they're all fake. There's no clipping, so you'll just fall through them to your death. The original trunk is the only thing that you can actually land on. Or, much easier, if you jump up and then just go to the left, there's a ledge here that you can just land on. Nailed it. Nice. Right over here is the chest. For this encounter, there's only going to be 2 jobs,
Nice.
and they're both pretty simple. The first job is going to be Cleanser. I'm going to do first Cleanser, and second Cleanser is going to be random, so you're all going to have to kind of learn how it works. There's these Taken Strength that are hanging out around the arena, and if you're Cleanser, you cannot grab these. You're the only person who can't pick up Taken Strength. What you're going to do is, after the second wave of the Taken Strength pops up, Morgoth is going to trap someone in a Taken Tornado. When he does that, the person who's Cleanser is going to kill an Eye of Riven. They're going to collect that Eye of Riven essence, just like we was in the other encounter. They're going to run over to the person stuck in the tornado until they are physically touching the person, and then they're going to hit the Cleanse button. That's your grenade key, whatever it may be bound to. And that will take all of their strength and give it to you, and it frees them from their tornado.
Okay.
Okay? The only
That's
other
the
job...
job.
Yeah, the only other job is picking up orbs and killing ads. So,
Okay.
if you are not a Cleanser, if you see a Taken Strength anywhere in the arena, you're going to pick it up until you have at least 2 Taken Strength. If you grab a 3rd Taken Strength, you die.
Okay.
But if you don't have at least 2, you want to get to 2. So, here's how it's going to work. There's going to be 3 people on left, there's going to be 3 people on right. We're going to kill the ads. Morgoth is going to spawn 2 strength. People are going to pick them up. We're going to kill some more ads. There's going to be 2 more strength. People are going to pick them up. Then somebody's going to get trapped in a tornado. When somebody does, I'm going to cleanse them. Whoever gets trapped in the tornado, you're the new Cleanser. I'm going to take your 2 strength. You are not going to have any, and you cannot pick up any, because whoever gets trapped, you're going to cleanse them and take their strength. If you have only 1 and they have 2, now you'll have 3 and you'll die. So, before we explain anything here, there's going to be some things as I explain them that don't quite make sense. When I get to the end of the explanation, it will all make sense. But you're just going to have to stay with me. To start, there are 4 sections of this arena. There is the middle, which is the part with this apparatus right here. There is stairs, that's this part here with the stairs. There's tree, that's the part over there with the tree. And there's this part over here, I call it rock. Pioneers used to buy these babies for miles. If you ever get stuck in one of the 3 rooms, the stairs, the tree, or the rock, and this will happen because there's going to be walls that come up, and they're going to block off that room from the middle, then just follow me. There are secret tunnels that connect all 3 of the rooms through the mountain. So there's tunnels that connect all 3 of the rooms. One of the rooms will always be open, so if you get stuck, you can take the tunnel to another section. The other tunnel is over here if you want to see it.
Aha.
Okay.
So that's the arena. The mechanics of this are twofold. There's going to be 3 guardians who are doing reading and running, and 3 guardians who are doing add, clear, and defense. If you are reading and running, and like I said, this is not going to make sense until I get to it at the end, we're going to determine which plates are Antumbra and which plates are Penumbra. That's the first step. I'll explain what that means at the end. Don't worry, it is real easy.
Cool.
Once we figure out which plates are which, then 2 of the rooms are going to shut off. 1 of the rooms is going to open up. Let's say it's tree for this example. If you're a defender, you're always going to stay in the middle. That way you don't get stuck in any of the rooms. If you are a runner, you're going to go into your room. So if you were reader for tree, then you would go into tree if it's open. And you're going to kill an Eye of Riven at the back of the room. That's going to be a recurring theme. You're going to kill that Eye of Riven, you're going to collect its essence, and then once you do, your door is going to close, and another of the 2 doors is going to open, either rock or stairs. You have to pick it up, you have to run it through the tunnel, use the gun, because that little essence does have a weapon attached to it, and there will be phalanx who try to stop you in the tunnels. So, kill the phalanx, go through the correct tunnel. We'll tell you which one is open, either stairs or rock, whichever one it is. You'll go through the tunnel, kill the phalanx, get back to the middle, and then you'll look in the bottom left corner, and your Taken Essence debuff will have an extra word on it. It'll either say Antumbra or Penumbra, and that will match to the callouts that we figured out earlier on which plates were Antumbra and which plates were Penumbra. If you have an Antumbra plate, you dunk your essence at the corresponding one. So if you have Ant, then you'll deposit at Ant. If you have Pen, you'll deposit at Pen. In order to deposit, you'll stand on the looking glass and you'll hit the grenade key. For the people who are defending, when somebody collects an Eye of Riven essence the first time, at one of the 3 locations at random, there will spawn a beefy Taken Knight. He's going to spawn at the back of the room, and he's going to beeline it all the way up to the looking glass, and he doesn't give a f*** about your feelings. If you shoot him, he will just keep running. He does not care. He's going to run all the way until he gets to the looking glass, slam his sword, and turn it. If he turns it, we all die. So, if you're defending and you have a knight, that is top priority. You kill the f*** out of that knight so that it does not get to the looking glass. After we do the second Taken Essence, 2 rooms will spawn a knight. And after we do the third Taken Essence, all 3 rooms will get a knight. So you'll be responsible for being able to solo a knight. After we do all 3 cleanses in the middle, that completes 1 phase. There are 3 phases to the encounter. So we'll have to cleanse a total of 9 plates. You're going to want a sword here. You want a sword and you're going to want a damage super.
Good to go.
Alright, so now the only part that I didn't explain to you guys before, how to figure out which plates are Antumbra and which plates are Penumbra. So, when you're standing on the looking glass and you're looking into the apparatus in front of us, this is for the readers, so that's going to be for Dawn and for Jesus. There's going to be an array of 3 of the raid symbols, left, middle, and right. I am going to say a raid symbol. That's going to be my middle symbol. And it's going to be on one of your guys' arrays. I don't know your voices, so I need you to say if it is tree or if it is rock. Jesus, you're rock. Dawn, you're tree. And then once I know which side it is, I need to know whether it is on the left side or the right side of your array.
Okay.
Let's say I have Stripper Dragon, and Dawn sees that on his side. He'll say, tree has that, and then you'll say whether it's on the left or on the right. Let's say it's on the left. So Dawn will say, oh, tree has that, it's on my left. Okay? That means that tree, having it on their left, is a Penumbra plate, because Penumbra in this encounter is left. And if you had it on the right side, that means it would be an Antumbra plate for you, Dawn. After we figure that out, I'll write it in chat, and it'll look like this. Tree pen. Then you will say your middle symbol. I can't have your middle symbol because I started it. So if Dawn has the first symbol, that means that Jesus will always have the second one. And if Jesus, you have the first symbol, that means that Dawn, you'll always have the second one.
Okay.
So you'll say your middle symbol, the other person will have it, and it'll be on the left or right of their array. Then you'll say, oh, Rock has that. It's on my right. So then Rock would be Antumbra. Once we know 2 of the plates, then we don't need to know any more of them. We can do the third one if we want to, but if you get a Penumbra plate and you cleanse on Tree and you get another Penumbra plate, that means it has to be Stairs, because we already know that Rock is Antumbra for this example. So once you know 2 of the callouts, you don't need to know the third one.
You can assume that the other one. Okay.
Exactly. In the same sense, if the rotation for the room starts at Tree and goes to Stairs, it can't go backwards, so then Stairs would go to Rock, Rock would go to Tree for the rest of that sequence.
Okay.
The loadout here is kind of restrictive, so you're going to want any kind of stay alive ability. So if you want to run Solar, if you want to run Strand, whatever you're most comfortable with being able to stay alive. And then what you're going to want is an Izanagi's Burden, any kind of scout rifle, any kind of linear fusion. If you don't have Izanagi's Burden, it's okay. You can use any kind of sniper if you want, but Izanagi's Burden is much better if you have it.
Yeah, I've got it. I'll pull it out.
For the scout rifle, I recommend Vision of Confluence, just because it is solar, which will make it a lot easier to pop the solar shields for this encounter. And then linear of your choice. If you guys go into the Discord real quick, and you go to the spoilers tab for the text channel, if you scroll up a couple of posts, 1, 2, I think 3 or 4 posts, you'll see 2 pictures. One of them is a gradient image that has like L12345, R12345, and the other one is a room with all kinds of raid symbols from this raid.
Okay.
These are the 2 pictures that I wanted to show you guys. So,
Got it.
when we're fighting Riven, you're going to need to know the callouts at the top for L12345, R12345. These are Riven's eyes. She has 10 of them. And when she shows them, 2 of them are going to be glowing, and you're going to need to relay which eyes those were to the other team.
Okay.
So, when you see them glowing, and you'll get to practice a little bit in a minute, then you'll need to call out which L it is, which R it is, if it's 2 L's, if it's 2 R's. Those are the call-outs for her eyes.
Okay.
Okay. So there's 2 mechanics here. The first mechanic is going to be the stun mechanic. So, when we go downstairs, we're going to be split into 2 teams. There's going to be Blue Crystal Room, and there's going to be Brown Tree Room. One of those rooms is going to get a damage room, and one of those rooms is going to get a stun room. If you get the stun room, Riven's going to pop out of the wall. She's going to be super spooky, and she's going to do one of 2 things. She's either going to have tentacles coming out of her neck, that's tentacles, or she's going to start breathing fire, that's Dragon's Breath. If you get Dragon's Breath, immediately after she breathes fire, her mouth is going to be red hot. While it is, if you tag her with your sniper or a loaded Izanagi's Burden shot, then you will get a stun. The second way is if you have tentacles. There'll be 2 tentacles that float over either side of the arena. One of the people on your team is going to have to stand underneath that tentacle until it flashes white. When it does, it'll reel back and then spike into the ground. When it spikes into the ground, it's going to knock everyone in the room up to the ceiling, and you'll snap your neck on the roof. So, when the spike is about to hit the ground, everyone in your room has to jump. When everybody jumps, the spike will hit. As soon as the spike hits the ground, you can shoot the spike with your sniper or a loaded Izanagi shot. and you'll get a stun. In either instance, when you get a stun, Riven will reel back, her faceplate protecting her eyes will open up, and 2 of them will be glowing. Whichever 2 eyes are glowing, you tell that to the other team. The other team, in the damage room, will be clearing ads. Riven will pop up after we get the successful call out, and then you'll do damage for about maybe 7 to 10 seconds. So you shoot her in the mouth just like you would if you were doing the cheese. Damage, damage, damage. And then someone on your team using the scout rifle is going to you can either do 2 people shoot 1 eye each, or you can have 1 person go bop bop, whatever's easier for your team. In any instance, you're going to have to, in quick succession, shoot both of the correct eyes that were called out previously. If you shoot the wrong eye, we all die. If you take too long to shoot the eyes, we all die. If you shoot 1 eye, but you take too long to shoot the other eye, we all die. If you shoot the 2 eyes successfully in close time into each other, then she'll stun, reel back, and leave the room. That means we've successfully done the first mechanic. The second mechanic is the elevator puzzle. After we do the first mechanic, the team that had damage side is going to do their elevator puzzle first, and then the other team that had the stun room is going to do the elevator puzzle second. The reason why we do this is multi-layered, but mostly so that we don't talk over each other. For the team that has the damage side, after you finish the damage and you successfully shoot the right eyes, you're going to start the puzzle. So, one of the people on your team is going to pick up the Eye of Riven Essence, and they're going to come back and look at the looking glass. There's a looking glass in the room, and I'll show you guys where it is on our little test run. When you're looking at the looking glass while holding the Eye of Riven Essence, you'll see repeating from the roof all the way down to the floor the same raid symbol over and over again. The second person on your team is going to stand in the looking glass, and they're going to see exactly what you see in that second picture on the Discord. The room's going to be filled up with symbols that you can't see unless you're standing in the looking glass. The person's going to call out, "Oh, I have Stripper Dragon." Then you're going to scout the room, try to find Stripper Dragon. When you find it, you're going to relay that information to the person holding the essence from your perspective. It's always going to be from the perspective of the person in the looking glass. There are 4 major sections to that arena, so we're going to break them down. So, in the middle, you see those 3 symbols, the split snake, the bird no branch, and the big fish? So those 3 symbols in the middle are called the pit. So if their symbol is somewhere in there, you're going to tell them it's in the pit. They'll start moving towards that area. The second one is the 2 symbols up at the top. That's going to be the falling bird and the infinity snake. Mm-hmm. Those are going to be the top. The 3 symbols on the right, that's going to be, for this example, fish jumping out of water, cloud snake, and fish and seaweed. That's going to be right staircase. And then the other symbols, that's going to be 8 snake, stripper dragon, 69 fish, and dragon breathing fire to the right. Mm-hmm. Those are going to be left staircase. Once you tell them the area, you can be more specific, but give them that area first so that they have an idea of where to go. So, for this example, if it was stripper dragon, you might say, it's on the left staircase, about halfway down towards the railing. Mm. Then they'll stand in the area where they think it is. While you're holding the essence, you can see the outline of the symbol, but you cannot see what the symbol is. You'll stand there and you'll say, is this the correct spot? And then you say the person's name to confirm. So, if it was, let's say, Dawn, he's like, oh, is this the right spot? I would say, Dawn, that's correct. And then they'll hit their grenade key, they'll cleanse. Very important note, you have to stay, whoever's on the looking glass, you have to stay on the looking glass until the entire cleanse animation is finished. If you get off early, it will shuffle the symbols and it will kill the person, even if they were on the correct one. Once the animation is done, then the other team can do their elevator puzzle. And that activates the elevator at the back of the room behind the looking glass. We have a lot of time here. Like a lot of time here.
Yeah, I think we're slow and steady wins the race.
Oh, I got lost.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
crazy.
why I said
Okay,
don't
guys.
do that.
Guys,
Now we have...
just don't move. Just stay here. The rest of the
Yeah,
cunts
we'll
just stay
head
here.
down to do that again.
So they're at the top of the thing, so we have to now finish this in order to get their res. Luckily, we have 2.5 minutes because we haven't had any deaths so far in this, which is wild.
Griffin kind of cute though.
Kind of got that big thighs, if you know what I'm saying.
Again.
Long tail.
Hmm.
Lovely.
Ooh,
If you're,
Oh,
if
look at
you're
that neck.
scaly,
Right, one of you.
here we go.
Awesome. So you both. Bunch of monks.
So it's just damage, yeah?
Yeah, just damage in the mouth. You can't shoot her eyes now because they're gone.
Jump inside her.
Yeah. Oh,
You ready
this
for a little bit of damage as
So
well,
now
boys?
she collapses, and now we go into her mouth.
We're gonna.
please.
Who said that?
That's a mad question, you know.
Yo, this is a weird mouth, bro.
Yo, I'm inside her.
Yeah, kill her heart. Nice job. That's Riven.
Hey, nice one.
Okay, so there's 4 jobs here. They're all pretty simple. Just listen real quick. First job, if you are where we are and you're holding the heart, you're going to run as far as you can along the track. I'll tell you where the track is. It's like a big relay race. You're going to audibly count down how much time you have left on your Fate's Chosen timer in the bottom left corner. When your timer hits 0, you're going to get pulled into the heart. If you're doing the second job, which is also out here, you're going to be running with the runner, but you don't have the heart in your hand. You're going to be running next to them. They have an aura of light around them. If you're outside that aura, you'll start stacking darkness. At darkness times 10, you die. You're going to run with the runner, staying within their aura of light, until they have about 2 seconds left on their timer. Then you're going to leave their aura of light. If you stay in their aura of light too long and their timer hits 0, you will get pulled into the heart with them and removed from the race. We want as many people in the race as we can have. The other 2 jobs exist within the heart. There's going to be a ton of ads, but they're just there to distract you. The first job is you find the Taken Strength, just like when we were fighting Morgoth. For whoever's the first person in there, they're going to have this job. They're going to find the Taken Strength, they're going to stand next to it, they're going to wait until there's a person outside says they have about 3 seconds left. Then they're going to pick up that strength, and it's going to reset the timer for the person outside. Everybody gets 1 reset. If you are not the first person in the heart, and you get pulled into the heart, then you have the 4th and final job. You're going to run around the arena, collecting all of the Taken Strength that you can find, except for the one that the first person who went in there is standing next to. They need to keep theirs alive so they can control when the reset happens. You're making sure theirs is the last one in the room.